All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Violet Evergarden, episode 9. Okay, we left off in a crazy cliffhanger from the last episode. Major Gilbert is down.
He is in some major trouble. Yes.
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 Majorly.
And we know how it's going to end, but somehow they still made it incredibly intense and suspenseful.
There's a lot of context we don't have.
Right, yeah.
And he was seemingly shot in the head. At least we heard helmet.
So. Yeah, we heard helmet. It was dark, so we don't know for sure, but
there was blood.
There was blood. I think it might have gone through his eye. We're not sure.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's basically, this is probably the thing that kills him eventually.
Right, yeah.
But he's probably not, I mean, we know he's not dead now because we haven't had the scene at the stairs and stuff.
But Mushinderu.
Also, Violet hasn't basically lost her arms.
That's true, yeah. Her arms still look pretty good, so.
Yeah, so crazy stuff, guys. We have a battle going on. It's going to be crazy. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, we're going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, he shot again.
Wow.
Oh.
All you need is kill. Oh, out of ammo?
Out of ammo. Oh.
Voice acting is on point.
Yes. Oh. Oh, come on. Jeez. Is that the first arm? Ooh. Holy crap. Oh my god, you're right. The voice acting is insane right now.
No way.
A grenade.
After...
Yep. That'll do it.
And here we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It just slopped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, now she's trying to use her mouth because, wow. What a way to kick off the episode.
Yeah.
Coming full circle here. Oh. There it is. There it is. And he's dead. Oh. And she was asking him like immediately after. Oh. Oh, he's still alive. He's still alive.
Oh, man. You gotta go.
The artillery fire, right?
Mm-hmm. No way.
Oh my god. She's asking what is love? He saves her life.
Yeah.
That's what love is.
He doesn't just save her life.
Well, no, he went on top of her too.
Right.
Oh, and now she's back here looking for a body. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Hodgins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did it.
Wow.
Oh. Oh, crap. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sacrifice, yeah. Why did they lie?
There's love
Oh,
again.
that is... Oh. Oh, it's a
terrible
horrible time
day
for rain, yeah. No. Oh.
This background track is perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Wow. No. No, he didn't.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
What do you think?
Ugh. Yeah. You know, he wants you to live free. Yeah. Hmm. What? Oh. Wow, he's that recognizable.
Yeah.
Oh. But isn't like peace? Like the war's over. So this is basically like people trying to kickstart the war up again.
Yeah. But the fact they're bringing that up here, it's
like she's gonna get dragged back into it. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Wow.
That like I know it's not meant to be scary, but that like hit me in the feels really hard, like really quickly.
Yep.
Because it's oh. Cattle, yeah. Hmm. This seems like one of those casual things that dropped in.
Yeah,
that
it could be...
might be a sign of the rebel faction.
It could be a sign of the rebel faction. It could also just be that, the person isn't Violet, so they ended up, freaking out. But yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't think she's coming into work.
Yeah. Taking a personal day.
Yeah, or a few. Oh. Trying to make her feel valuable and wanted. Yeah, it's good.
The way the metal just doesn't shine now.
Yeah, it's dulled.
Her Burns?
Was she in love with Gilbert?
Oh, no, I think it... Wait. Okay, yeah. They're talking about love, not killing people in war.
Well, yeah. We're talking about love, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't know who she loves in this instance. That
I think it's Hodgins. They seem to hint that earlier.
Yeah. But he's not capable of, really being emotionally available.
Wow.
So what it is that they can all show her what I love you means by being, loving to her, Oh, yeah.
Hey,
the brother. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, sweet.
Ominous.
Is this a dream?
Or is she actually back here?
Yeah, I think she is. Yeah, let it out. Let it all out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is surprisingly upbeat music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a dream.
Yeah. Well, it could be a dream or she's hallucinating, either one.
Right.
I thought it was a dream from the initial bit because of the darkness of the setting.
Well, and like how would she have gotten back there so quickly? But
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is...
No.
His last order, come on, his last order, Violet. Remember, the last order.
Yeah.
Oh, right here, remember, remember. You have to live free. Oh, from the brother. Yeah, okay. Oh, she's gonna go with him. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Take care of him.
Oh. So what was the letter that she got?
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's from the brother.
Yeah.
But are they gonna have it be like
it could be
audio in the
from
background? You know?
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, yeah, you're bringing people together. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh, this old guy. He just kind of shows up in the story. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna be a good guy, and you know.
Okay, so what does this one say?
We still don't know technically who it's from. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh. Yeah. Erica. It's so sweet. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Only you, yes.
Yeah.
Good. Yes. Oh, this is so wholesome. I can't like get rid of this smile right here. It just oh. Oh. Wow, that's a good letter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, that's awesome.
Good. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a smile. That was a smile. It was just so brief, but it was there. Oh.
In this world, there's this thing that no one's ever seen.
Yeah. Nice reference. All right, just let this episode end on a wholesome note.
Yeah.
The fact that they're still bringing it out, but the OST is so good and warm. Oh yeah!
I had a feeling like once they brought the brother back in, I'm like, they're gonna bring a bunch of the other stories into this.
Yeah. Oh,
hey,
and look at them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. They're just really like giving you all the good feels here.
Violets.
Yeah.
At least I hope so. I don't know anything about flowers.
Yeah. Those are violets. Yeah.
A person.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and she's excitedly coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. Having the ED going through this is just perfect.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like, I love that so much because he's
It's
talking
music,
to himself
though.
too.
I know, but
Yeah,
music.
yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
It's like, is this the show's finale? You know, like
Right. This is only episode 9.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Hey! Whoa. He's somewhere far away.
Yeah, he's living. Yeah, never be forgotten.
Nice. Baka.
Guys, I took a decent break in between cuts there. Oh my god.
That was a good one.
That was
a good one.
It was a really good episode, but it was something of a of a coming full circle and a in some ways one of the best ways to do a recap style and almost end cap episode. But it's like we're on episode 9, so like wait, what?
And like I feel like the stuff that happened in this episode, all the stuff concerning Violet, that was kind of stuff that didn't really like surprise me, right?
Sure.
Because this kind of stuff is something that needed to happen. It was built up to for a long time. You know, the fact that we were having this conflict and all that stuff was good stuff.
Yeah.
But still, they just execution.
Yeah. Basically, they just said, all right, we've taken Violet and the characters that have been introduced in the story thus far through a lot of stuff. And we're going to take a character who has been through the middle of this and a whole bunch of other traumatic stuff, have them get to their lowest point and be able to move on. And it's really tough trying to showcase a character going through their lowest point alone, because what you end up having is you have to do it almost all through show, and
it's hard
very
to
little
do.
tell. And you have it cutting to all the other characters and having them worry about her and being like, we love her, we want to make sure she's okay and stuff, and no one really knows exactly what to do. So the fact that all of them had their little moments with Violet in this episode, not exactly everyone, but once it came through to the end and you realized that she's really down and on herself and really is really low, and then she tries to kill herself but can't do it. I really was thinking, like, I hope I'm just extrapolating this correctly, but like in that moment she was like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, the last order he gave you, the last order. And I think that it can be assumed, because there's nothing really it's just open for interpretation what it was that made her stop. But I think she remembered the last order. And it was his thing when she came over to Hodgins, was like, is it okay that I live on? I live on. And the fact that she stuttered in her voice,
that was one of the best things ever.
Because we've seen her be so methodical and mechanical to where she never misses her step, her words. It's all just perfectly flowing. It was that the emotional, like, basically it like caught her in her throat. And then Hodgins, he's kind of a character that I feel like is a bit of an enigma. In some ways, it's a brilliant lack of characterization, and I would say hinted characterization. And then to have him respond so emotionally to this part in combination with the ED, it's just okay, like all right.
With Hodgins, because the vibe that I've gotten from Hodgins is that, like, he's because Gilbert's dead, right? Gilbert was one of his best friends, right? And he's still alive, and he probably asks himself a lot of the same questions that Violet does. So the fact that she ended up going back and having her confrontation with him, I feel like that really was perfect, because they could have had Violet had her own realization on her own and kept it to that, right? And that wouldn't have been something that would have been a mistake in any way.
No, not at all.
But I feel like it would have been something that would have been missing out on another gut punch. And it's weird, because this episode was so sad, yet for a lot of it, while I was sad, I found myself also almost more wanting to cheer. Because
I couldn't stop smiling after a certain point, really.
Even in the tough moments, like when she started choking herself, that was a scare. But for almost all of it, it was basically showing her actually being able to go through the stages of grief, right? Of coming to terms with the fact that this person who literally was her whole world is now gone, right?
Yeah, and to piggyback on what you're saying with Hodgins, you were right on, dead on, spot on. I couldn't see it in the middle of it because I was so emotional. That she was, by her own acknowledgement or questioning of Hodgins whether or not it was permissible in some ways for her to live on. It was a form of going to a superior officer to get orders. But the thing is she was saying it to him, I think, maybe because she's just aware enough to know that that's part of the question that he's been asking.
Right. Yeah.
And when he realizes that she is asking him that question, someone who's probably been thinking that constantly, it breaks him, because that means he knows that he can, it is permissible for him to live on. It is okay for him to outlive his friend, probably his younger, his junior, not just in rank, but in also, in age.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I could totally see him feeling, in some way responsible. Because the thing is, okay, even if there was no responsibility for Gilbert dying, right? No. In this case, I mean, who could have predicted that, right?
Yeah.
But even if there's not, and I can't imagine what it would be like if there was, but even if there's not, you would still feel. I can't imagine what you would feel.
Well, he wasn't in the initial attack.
Right.
So that's probably all it is.
Yeah,
he just feels like, if only I was there, I could have at least died with him.
Exactly. I got, why did I basically get the safe mission, right? Where someone like him, such a good person like him. Yeah,
the bit where he was talking with Catalia and basically saying that all three of them, Violet included, have their burn marks, their scars. I am interested to figure out what the Catalia bit is. If it's something that we should already know, I'm sorry that we're not catching it. But I think it might be that there's a connection from Hodgins to Catalia, to this whole situation. So in some ways, she loves Hodgins potentially.
Right, we've seen her flirt with him and stuff.
Yeah, Hodgins is not willing to be emotionally present for her and to receive her advances and stuff. So in some ways, he's burning her because he's already burned, and I think that might have been what she was saying. I thought initially it might have been that she did love at some point Major Gilbert, but I don't know if that's necessarily something we're
totally could be.
Yeah, it's a little bit up in the air, but I like that. I like that their acknowledgement of that is something that it showcases how just because you come back from war and you are unscathed physically, no one really comes back unscarred.
Yeah.
There's always, in some ways, there's always going to be something that, even if it's not a big scar, there's always going to be something that lasts with you. Yeah. And you can move on from it. There's nothing that says you have to be a slave or permanently scarred by it.
It doesn't have to dominate your destiny, but but it's not something that will just go away, right? Yeah, and that's not a bad thing, right? Yeah. Because
we learn from everything.
We learn from everything. We learn, we live, and with even the little things, and with something like going off to war.
Everybody hurts.
yeah. Well, with something like going off to war, that'll leave a big mark. And okay, so. Maybe this is just something like okay, this is just something that occurred to me or I thought of.
Go for it.
But with Catalia, we haven't gotten a Catalia episode yet. Now, this was episode 9. It was a wonderful episode 9, but it was episode 9.
So there are more episodes.
There's 4 episodes left, and
I could see a Catalia combined with Hodgins episode.
Yep. I could see a lot of different things happening with that, because this is late game Violet development is the thing. I could see another solid 2 episodes for Violet that is just for Violet, but I don't see much more than that. So that means I'm thinking they'll probably have to bring other characters into some of these later episodes.
Sure.
Catalia and Hodgins would fit very nicely into that. I mean, there's 2 of them.
Yes.
They could have them be in the same episode.
We have to deal with Bargain Villain eventually.
Yes, we do.
And this whole idea of them bringing up the anti...
that was concerning.
Yeah, what I think that's going to be is this feels like, actually, I think this was adapted from light novels. This feels like the end of a light novel.
And this is probably 2 light novels that were made into this.
Or 1.5 or something. But I feel like the next one is going to kick off a different type of conflict. We're not going to... Basically, gone are the days of the episodic... Violet taking letters to people. Not completely. She's still going to be an auto-memoir doll.
Right.
But I feel
like format.
I feel like very soon she's going to get pulled into that conflict.
Sure.
And in some ways, it's the perfect opportunity to reintroduce Bargain Villain, Diet Fried,
Sure. Yeah, because maybe, and that could be how they could.
He's a military guy, so
he's a military guy, and that would also be a way that they could keep it to one episode if they. Because I mean, think about it. Okay, Bargain Villain is not going to, request an auto memoir doll, and certainly not specifically request Violet, unless it's for some sort of vindictive purpose.
I could see it actually being for some kind of like
it could be
vindictive thing.
It could be, but here's the thing. With the whole auto memoir doll aspect, it's about basically connecting to the person and helping them communicate, right? And in order for Bargain Villain to communicate properly, I think he would need to be communicating in his native language, which is the battlefield. So if there was something where they had to work together, that could be a killer episode because it relates back to Gilbert because they would both have to deal with things in their own ways and stuff, which could be fantastic, especially after an episode like this.
I feel like are you done? Are you done?
Basically, just that if that happened, that could be so amazing.
I think you and I are tapping into like the future here, Jacob, because I'm seeing something where Violet actually does have to work with him, and it's something that just aggravates him to no end.
Sure,
because she's moved on.
Oh yeah,
and he hasn't. Now, here's the cool thing. In some ways, I kind of don't care what the fate of Fried Bargain Villain is. But here's something that I think would be amazing.
Okay.
She has to write a letter for him.
Ooh.
Now, this can be under any circumstances, but the one that I'm envisioning, is he's
wounded,
hurt, wounded. She saves his life,
right?
Even though she couldn't save
Gilbert. That's the perfect redemption kind of a thing,
almost
because
almost like poetic revenge, because she killed apparently a lot of his men.
Right.
But if she saves him, it's something that's so contradictory. And and then afterwards, he maybe is even redeemed or something, and he's like, I need to write a letter. And maybe in some ways, this is actually something that could be seen as really sad. This is where I'm going into weird territory.
Okay.
He could write a letter to people that are already dead.
Well, I mean,
just as a thing to like get closure for him.
Oh, they could totally do that because this, like the last episode of this show is going to be Violet writing a letter to Gilbert. Like, I mean, that's just how it's gonna happen.
It's going to be her writing a letter to someone.
But like, who would it be other than
Gilbert? I was saying that could be in the second to last episode.
Sure, it doesn't have to be the very last episode, but it's going to be that is part of how this show is going to resolve. Like it,
or maybe we just know that like she, doesn't need to. She comes to the realization that
if she doesn't, I will be disappointed.
Okay.
Not necessarily a ton, depending on how they do it, but I feel like that's something that's so perfectly built up to and just fits so well that they kind of have to.
What if, though, you kind of get blue-balled and they just show her sitting down and she puts, like, a pen to it instead of a typewriter, and it's going to be personal, and then the episode ends,
that's it?
And then it cuts.
That would be enough for me because narratively it's happening even if they're not letting us see it.
Right.
But I think that that could be something where they would kind of be missing out on some of the goodness that they could have by actually going into the language of
how the show started,
communicates it. Exactly. Especially and that's the other thing, because she was having trouble at the beginning. I want to see her do the entire letter. But
she could write the letter with the brother.
No.
Maybe that would actually cheapen it, but I don't know.
I think that might cheapen it, but I see what you're talking about. Yeah, well, and especially if it's something where the letter that he has her write is to Gilbert, because that would just be the irony on that would be off the charts, right? Because not only does he blame her for the death of his men, he probably kind of blames her for Gilbert's death too. So if she was the one that had to write the letter for him, that would be insane. The thing that you were talking about, him getting wounded and her saving him, I have this shot. Okay, now this is just something that I love as a narrative like picture, a motif or whatever. It's not the right word, but
Violet the badass.
Well, no, Violet the badass, because Kyoto Annie doing action, who knew? But someone carrying someone else, and they don't like each other. in fact, they might have hated each other, right? And the idea that it's basically putting yourself at risk to save the person that you are, that is your enemy, right? Yeah. It's just something that
it's love.
It's love, right? Yeah. And I love to see it, which of course made it so then the whole thing with, you know, Gilbert dying and her trying to carry him out of there, literally with no arms, you know, just makes it even worse. But
okay, well,
yeah, so
awesome. Like I think that probably the biggest thing to come out of this episode was that Violet had her little moment, like kind of looking at all the stuff that she's done, all the people's lives that she's brought together, and I think in some ways I don't know how to describe it. There's the idea that Violet is wanting to know what love is, right? Now she's seeing examples of love in different like facets and stuff.
Yeah.
I think what is trying to be communicated here beyond just Violet, you know, going through a good wholesome feels trip, is that I think at this moment she knows what love is. Like she knows what love is. What she might not fully have connected the dots with yet is that Gilbert loved her even more than that.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was really interested. Okay, so one of the things that stuck out to me, anytime they show Gilbert saying "I love you," he did not say like "Daisuke" or something like that, right? He said something else. Now maybe this is like, I don't know much about the Japanese language, right?
We're getting next level here, guys.
But I'm just saying, he said something different, right? So I want to look up what exactly what
those words mean.
That word "I love you," you know, means, because
like, maybe he's not actually saying "I like you" a lot, which is probably what daisuke
right exactly
means.
So and then it's like, okay, what does he mean? Because like if you go to like the Greek, there's 4 different, you know, like 4 different types of love that they talk about, right?
Agape, phileo,
eros, and then the one that's the paternal, like parental to like.
Well, anyways, his was something along the lines of agape, sacrificial, unconditional love.
Yes, that definitely was in that case, and I want to look up to see if that's actually what the original language was communicating. Because
maybe Japanese has a word that if we were to translate it literally into English, it wouldn't actually say love, because I think we have equivocated love to be some kind of intense feeling, and maybe what they what am I saying a word wrong?
No. You are my nakama.
Translators know. Yeah. No, but seriously, this thing might be a promise, or it might be a giving. And I really would love to figure out like what that is. Actually, what we could do is just anyone in the comments, you know, if you know, let us know, and we'll have the mods pass it along.
Yeah. I probably will be too impatient, and I'll just look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, either way, if we find out before the next episode's recording, we'll make mention of it there. But guys, thank you so much for watching this.
Thank you for getting us to watch this.
This episode, this show. Oh man, there's so many little things, and I love moments like this, where we get to see the character that is kind of the focal point of the story realize that their actions have consequences that had positive net effects. Like, it's something that I feel like too many stories just kind of brush over. They don't let it sink in. They don't let it just kind of wash over you again and again. They really try to just be like, because of you, this thing wouldn't have happened. Now let's move on to this thing.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa.
It's showing versus telling.
Yeah.
And this show, I mean, it's not like that's the thing we've been harping on and praising ever since the first freaking episode. Yeah, presentation! Yeah, because Kiroani, we are not worthy, and thank you so much.
Oh, man.
Like,
I mean, we even had, we're talking so much about all the good stuff that came, in this episode. The first bit of this episode was some gut-wrenching, brutal, just... World War I-esque conflict. Like,
and we already know how it ends. Like, like the fact that,
Oh, and the fact that she's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have the time to say it, because once we thought it was artillery, it was actually them blowing up their own base.
Right.
He jumps on top of her to save her from the debris. And it's like he answered by, again, showing, not telling.
Exactly. Can I just say, though, that Scar Soldier punk is an asshole.
He ran away.
She could have chased you down. And then you have to come back with a grenade. I mean, really? I mean, I appreciate your dedication to, your country or whatever, but come on.
Yeah, in some ways, Jacob, that's... the brutality of war, is that he could have looked across the battlefield and seen, like, wait, that's a little girl. Like, what the heck? But you know what it probably was? He's probably heard stories of her.
Sure.
He's probably heard stories of this terrifying, killer, heartless, cold machine girl.
That's a good point. He had a gun. And she didn't. She didn't, because she ran out of ammo, right?
And he still ran away.
Yeah. So he was like, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go. I'm going to get some ordnance and come back. But still, it's just...
Yeah, but that's the crazy thing about war, Jacob, is that he might have gone back to his country as a hero.
Oh, sure.
Or at the very least, they give him a medal for, like, you killed her. Like, you stopped her. You put her out of commission. Well done. Like, she's killed countless numbers of our soldiers and stuff.
Like, the Auto Memoir Doll service probably doesn't, like, advertise the fact that she was, a soldier and all that stuff, and how effective of a soldier she was. But that would be really just poetic justice for him to have, like, gotten some awesome award, and then they hear about, Violet Evergarden doing the writings for the the princess. Yeah, well,
and all he wouldn't know who Violet Evergarden is.
I know they wouldn't.
But he could see a picture of her.
Yeah,
and he'd be like,
"It's not possible."
Well, I mean, it would be kind of humbling of him being like,
"Sure,
with
her awesome metal arms."
Yeah, he'd be like, "I need to go visit her one day and just say, I'm glad that you lived on." Like,
if he actually ended up like, I know this wouldn't be something that would.
They gave us a face. They showed us his face, so I would recognize him.
So it's theoretically possible, especially since the whole war idea has been specifically kept alive, right?
Yes.
They haven't let the embers die out. But if he did that, then I would have to say, my good man, you have very large and heavy stones, because I don't know.
Risk.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if I would be up for doing something like that.
Who knows? He might have died, like, in the explosions of the...
Sure. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
All right, but guys, this was a fantastic episode. Looking forward to the next one. If you want to see the next one right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. Any level of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us about stories or whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.